Hey guys, it's March 4th, 2019, 3:18 p.m. This is episode 397. Normally on Sunday nights, because I take the day off, sometimes I kind of have a hard time getting my brain in gear and coming up with what I'm going to draw on. There's always topics, but it's just like I can't get my idea. And then Monday afternoon at some point, I got my idea, and I thought, well, I'm going to draw that on Sunday night. I was still taking Saturday night off. And then that one got trumped by this idea. I might do the other idea tonight. I like it a lot too, but I really wanted to do this flag thing because everybody's going to be doing the flag. And I want it to beat them because I really want it to do it. Sometimes I just ignore a subject if everyone's going to do it, but I liked it too much. I'm afraid, I don't know if this one's going to be obvious or not, this idea. And on Sunday, I saw 2 or 3 cartoons about Trump and the flag. And I was like, why these guys work on Sunday? I'm the one who works on weekends. But those were cartoonists who don't work for newspapers like me, so I guess, you know, they have things. They had some time. And a couple of them were very, very good. I take that back. One of them does work for a newspaper. It was Ann Tellis, and she always draws incredible stuff. And I can't remember what they did now. I know it wasn't this, but they all had the same image, so you're going to see all the cartoons of Trump hugging the flag or humping it. These legs were way too small. I had to change them. But Trump went to CPAC and he rambled incoherently, which he always does, but this time it was like 2 hours plus. 2 hours of media don't report my crowd sizes fairly. Blame news, fake news. Terrorists are great. I love Young Jog on. Green New Deal means the wind don't blow. You don't watch TV. Seriously. Robert Mueller, witch hunt. Witch hunt. For 2 hours of that. 2 hours of that. The wind don't blow, you don't get to watch TV. You're gonna ban hamburgers, and airplanes. They're gonna ban hamburgers and airplanes. Media don't report on my crime sizes. 2 hours. 2 hours of that. 2 hours, and of course, being CPAC, they're all like, yeah, hail Trump. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to have a very good week. I'm telling you that now. So keep that in mind when you hear about something later, okay? All right? I can't tell you what it is yet, though. Can't, because I was told I can't say anything about it. But I wanted to say it now, but they won't let me. All right. Robert Claytoonz, on the last one, said, since on the CNN cartoon about Trump with all the dictators and people who grab things, he said, of course, since DJT lies about 75-80% of the time, this means that virtually all of them, maybe 1 out of 5, are guilty. Actually, all 5 of those people are guilty. I mean, 6 in that cartoon. They're all guilty. All of them. Emily, I'm glad that you're commenting on my cartoon, on my videos. Emily is glad CNN picked the last cartoon. It's great. She gets the layers thing that I was talking about. I'm going to quote Emily. I have a scrapbook software that I have used in the past, and I have to be aware of different layers. I watched the last video, but didn't have time to comment. Can't wait to hear the song you might have worked on for me, but I understand you haven't had time. I haven't had time. Sorry, Emily. You know what? I really only play guitar now while I am making these videos. Sometimes right after I get out of the shower, because that's a good time to help build up your calluses. But it's only for like a minute or two. And I don't want to get my guitars too soggy. And President Oso said, CNN awesome, ha ha ha, cool cartoon. Thank you, President Oso. Errol said, it's weird that standards and practices would get upset over a bone saw, isn't it? Or am I alone thinking in today's media? That's really lame. Tame. I didn't like taking it out, I'll tell you that, Errol. But I was working for CNN, so I'm like, that's a pretty big deal for me. So I was like, I'm just gonna take out the bone saw. I didn't want it to stay though. I really liked it. No, I don't think it should have come out. But anyway, I'm not gonna complain about it too much. Errol said, hearing Al Franken's name still makes me sad. I'm reading one of his old books right now, Lies and Lying Liars Who Tell Them. I'm all sorts of sad. I don't know if I finished that one, but I did read Rush Limbaugh's A Big Fat Liar, and that book's hilarious. And I read some of his biography that he wrote last year. Man, and it makes me sad too, because he is great. Errol said, but the last one is such a great cartoon idea. I can see why CNN chose it. I think crazy as it sounds in our current news cycle, it has real staying power. Unfortunately, I think you're right. And Errol thanked me for linking to the newsletter so they can all subscribe. That is on the last cartoon. I set a link to my blog. I put up the link to CNN's newsletter. And in the very first paragraph, you can click a thingy there to subscribe to that newsletter, which is every Sunday. So you get the email on Sunday. You should do it. It makes me look more awesome and stuff. Like I have a following. How many views you got the last one? 43. Not too bad. I like doing this cartoon. You're about to see me change the leg in a minute. But I just realized it is way too tiny. I knew that was off physically when I drew it the first time, but I thought, but we're just gonna live with it. But it was, and it's still off after I fix it. But I couldn't live with that. I mean, the leg was just way too tiny. Both legs. Usually stuff like that people don't notice so much, but I thought with this one they would. So we did some fixing, did some repairing. I took an hour to color this. Did I say that right? Yeah. Color. Sorry, I'm a little hyped right now, and I haven't had a lot of caffeine either. I just haven't. I'm a little jazzed, I'm a little hyper. Oh, okay. But yeah, flag hugging. Sinclair Lewis, or Lewis Sinclair, is credited for this quote. When fascism comes to America, it will be wrapped in a flag and carrying a cross. He never wrote that or said that. Not that it's recorded anywhere, but he's given credit for that because of his book, It Can't Happen Here. But you might have seen that, may have seen that already all over social media. But it's not him. Usually whenever I quote someone like that, and I've seen it in a meme, I go check it out to see if they actually said it. Because typically, 9 times out of 10, they did not. I could not get happy with the ties. They just weren't doing it for me. And then I just had to accept and live with it. I think my flag turned out pretty well on this one with the stars. Did I stop recording when I changed the legs? Maybe I did. Huh. Yeah, I must have. Alright. We're about done. We're about finished. Do me a favor and share this on social media. Leave a comment and you'll get your very own shout out. You can tell your friends, hey, look, my name was said on Facebook by a cartoonist. Yay! And your friends will be really, really impressed with you. Right. Not as impressed though as if I actually write a song for you. Hi, Emily. Anyway, you guys do me a favor. If you're brand new, if you're not subscribing, please click the red button and subscribe. It would really, really, really help me out. And everybody come back Tuesday. There'll be a new cartoon, new video. Talk to you then. Goodbye.